Red, Sweden.
Ockenhauer once more. Nice to listen to certain songs before the game begins. Just settles it down.
So looking just for the double takeout, maybe leave a corner guard as well. Just spun up the way, but nice shot, opens things up.
And what gentle songs does she listen to?
Well, I think
Eye of the Tiger.
She hasn't told me that.
I've put you in a spot.
Scotland are looking to guard the Swedish Yellowstone here, and if they do, I don't know whether Sweden can then play the out-turn tap on the Scotland red on the button, roll to the wing, sit 3.
Yep.
Scotland then guarding the Swedish stone, so got to be careful doing this. You can see a little bit of the red on the right hand side.
Yeah, you'd be tempted to move that yellow actually here, push it off to the left and roll over to line 2 with this shot.
I think after this, Sweden might move the red that's on the button. You never like to guard the opposition stones.
I agree.
That's what Scotland are doing.
There we go, to line 3, so not a good call. They've got to make it though.
Yeah, McManus has not made everything, but here goes Ockenhauer first of all.
Tight away possibly. Could pick her own yellow out here if she's really good.
She might be better to leave it and catch the guard and roll into the rings.
Which is what she's doing.
It's going to be a pretty lonely red in there, I think.
Yeah. Red is in, but I think the last shot was the wrong one. It's put them in this situation. Bad call. Do not guard again. They lost.
Even if you just roll towards them, it's good. Yep.
3-all, 7th end. Scotland to play. Jennifer Dodds, the Olympic medalist last time out. Gold, in fact, of course. Now she's got a shot here to put Scotland in a decent position. If she can make it, does she get the roll?
Taking her own. Well, it has moved the red back to a slightly better position, I would suggest. But tactics this end, not good.
Sweden maybe freeze the red. Oh no, they're playing the run on their own. Try and hit it just high of nose. Yeah, I think I prefer the freeze, I think. If I was Sweden, I think if you're Scotland, you'd quite happy see Sweden go for the yellow onto the red, because then it's going to leave several attempts at the double takeout, even if Sweden make it perfect.
They would happily blank the 7th and score an 8th, but there's too many rocks in play at the moment, Eve, to do that. I would think to...
If Sweden get this on the slight left-hand side of the red, quite a nice angle, and it means double can't be made, which I think she's made a pretty good job of.
It's going to be perfect.
It's absolutely perfect. I don't think you could place that much better.
Super shot. Now they've got to move that front yellow. Hit and roll to the right.
Just a moment for McManus to produce something really good with the draw. She's been pretty ordinary, 42% up until that shot.
If you move the front yellow and roll 3 feet to the left, try and lie second and third.
Probably the danger is if we freeze, if we're like sitting out here, then they make the...
They did lose a 5 to the Swiss earlier in the week when the tactics went awry, so they don't want to lose a big end here.
That one, so they... Yep. I liked it.
Yeah, I think the hit and roll's probably
Let's go with that then.
the shot. If you make the freeze, it's great, but then Sweden could always split the yellow, and it's quite a vulnerable couple of reds
I think anywhere
in there. You've got to try and get a couple of the yellows out there if you can.
Let's roll this way.
Well, if they'd done it 3-4 shots ago, they would have laid 2 with 1 yellow in the rings. That was the time to do it. Now they're into a little bit of a mess, so try and get out of it. Do you not want to hit this on the nose?
I like that ice 11. Yeah, that looks good. So it's 10-7 on the last ones. Yeah.
So just playing a nice controlled weight. Has to stick around here. Jem will know that though.
Easy. Whoa, never. Whoa, never. Curl.
Must be a little high, trying to curl it. She's got to sit around in the rings. It's starting to curl now. Yeah, here it goes.
It's a nice shot.
Good there. Good there.
Didn't want to leave it there.
Sweden now can play the hit and roll to the left-hand side, even over towards the red you see just nibbling the rings. I think if you're ever to go to the other way, Scotland then might have the double takeout. So the safe shot for Sweden is to roll to the left, I would suggest. But she's...
If she is wide Eve, she could drive red back onto yellow, take red out in line 3, but that opens up these shots at the back to be hit. At the moment, the line tied up beautifully there from the Swedish point of view.
I'm surprised she's rolling this way, Dave. I think...
Yeah, leaves the drive.
Yeah,
Yep,
leaves yellow, so Scotland to make the most of this.
Is it going to hang on? Yes, it is.
Now there's a double takeout available for Scotland. If they rolled the other way, there was never going to be a double takeout.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's flat, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing else on. Even if she got a double on the yellow down
exactly,
at 12
at the
o'clock,
back, yeah.
that would be good at the present moment.
Yeah. Even if you just roll to thick half, 3/4, Becca.
I'm not seeing anything else.
No, I think we got it. Yeah, but we need to
So yellow onto yellow. Where's the red going to finish up here then? It's pretty much in the white circle there, I guess, if it works.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Scotland.
But I was like, I think that's
So hitting this on the left-hand side as we look at Richard coming over. Doesn't want to leave a double on her res, but we're just discussing that. If she even locked on the back yellow on the right as we looked at Richard, it wouldn't be a disaster.
Doesn't want to be on the thicker side here because you can even hit it slightly thinner and make the double in the back too. Like you say, Dave, hit the back at the yellow at the back of the 12 foot, but hitting it thick, you might not get too much.
It's going to need her own at the moment.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, onto the red and
Takes it out.
ooh, not quite, but
Well, we'll debate whether that's okay. Going to hit the line 3 here.
Hit and roll to the left. You're always going to leave a double, but you're setting up a nice 2.
listen to off at least.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they'll get rid of two there.
Yeah, exactly.
Men eller samma sten. Och annars är det att spela
Avocado och göra någonting sånt där. Det gör vi inte. Då har vi, ger vi en...
at the moment Scotland line 1, as you can see, that's the stone near the centre. That's counting. Nothing counts for real until all 16 stones have been delivered.
Ska den bryta? Ja. 11 då? Gillar du det? Jag gillar det. Där? Ja.
So they can nick that out all right, obviously, that red stone. And where would their yellow one finish up?
Gul åtsidan.
Probably wants to roll to the right here, Richard, which would then leave a double and the 2 yellows at the back for Scotland. Maybe even a triple, depending where this lands. Or does she want to hit the nose, Eve?
Yeah, well, I think if you're Sweden, you just got to be careful not to put it in a position to leave Scotland a triple takeout. I think regardless you're going to leave a double because the 2 yellows in the middle there are sitting well for a double takeout. So it's put in a position not to leave a triple.
What about dropping one a bit short there for?
No, I think you definitely need to remove the red, Richard, because then it brings the yellow at the back of the rings into play. Yellow just in the 12 foot.
Trying to go to the left anyway, get a bit of distance as she left a triple. Ooh, I think she may have done
Yep,
this.
she has.
That takes a reverse kick.
Yeah, if you hit that on the right-hand side, I think all 3 of those. Maybe just need to look at the angles a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they're locked as well. When stones are locked together and you hit one side, it can drag back the stone in the middle there back onto the other yellow. There is a slight gap there.
To hit this.
Yeah, I think if you hit that hard on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
Hair high, nose.
yeah,
I was
even half, I would
seeing like
say.
maybe 7/8 on the side, out turn. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. 7/8. Yes, 7x low on the...
Even 3/4. We want to make sure that's
on
got
the way, on the intern.
3/4 on the
Yeah,
out.
make sure of 2 3's the bonus.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we get the 2.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to hit this on the right-hand side. Has to be the left somewhere.
Yeah, they don't want to hit it too thick, so I think it might pass the
Miss the
yellow on
back
the
one.
left. But then if you wait and try and get too clever and hit it too thin, then you might just ping it over the face.
Carwell and Grant Hardy there looking on. Picked up a bronze. No, well, it came for the gold. That was clear because they had such a great season. World #1, wonderful Grand Slam victories back in Canada. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, and they came. And they wanted to win. They looked like they were going to win, and then Nicholas Edin produced his magic. And so it's Edin in the final, up against Charlotte of Switzerland.
Should be swooping this.
Yeah, I think they had to hit that a little thinner for the reverse kick to happen.
Yep.
They put a couple of licks of the brush on that. Both the yellows were, all 3 of the yellows were gone.
I wasn't 100% sure if it was like...
So the last stone for Sweden to get back into the lead, all square right now, and only 3 ends to go. The gold medal match in this European Championship. Quick word with the Scottish bench there, but not much being said. Any advice?
It's a change of rule this season as well, Richard, that you can speak to your bench as a team when the opposition are playing, but when your team's playing, you're not allowed to. So some people love it, some people hate it.
Could have had a word, but didn't really have much of a conversation there. As we see this last stone coming down, Sweden. This for the lead. Anna Hasselborg right on the button.
Gets it. Sadly left a chance of 2, Sweden picking it up and go ahead again.
And the score now 5-3. That 2-shot lead may just be enough to see him all the way through. No guarantees. 3 wins on the trot. Sweden to play. Sophie, 71%. Not good enough, really, for a Swedish lead or indeed any other lead. Can't believe it in the gold medal game. And yet, Sweden's still 2 up. Now into the free guard zone and onto the centre line. That's okay.
Nice shot. Keep attacking the Swedes, keep mixing it up, trying to build a bigger lead.
So Rebecca throwing the corner guard. Doesn't want it as long as what we saw back in the 6th end. So Sophie be looking for it a little closer to the rings if possible. We see such great curl on the ice, you don't want to leave them too long.
Line's really good. Weight's good. Line's good.
Yeah, this looks good.
All yours.
Nice spot.
Nice go. Nice go. Very nice.
Scotland had 5 competitions on the World Curling Tour during the course of the autumn. Don't think they've come against Sweden in any of those contests, as far as I can recall. So when they came to the Europeans, it's anybody's. And as a matter of fact, it was very close in the round robin, just like this one is. Scotland desperately seeking 2 in this 8th end.
And this looks a nice shot. Right in behind, top of the 4th. Well played.
Yeah, nice weight. Sophia's definitely come onto her game these last few ends. The first half she wasn't great, but stepped it up.
Brush head down then for this next shot from Scotland. Sophie Jackson playing well, 95% of perfect. And is the intern. Looks pretty satisfied with it.
Yeah, just looking to play the freeze, Richard. Even if you just bumped it back a little bit. First things first, you've got to get the line right though.
The line looks good.
Yeah, lovely shot.
That's really nice. That's really nice spot.
Fantastic. Right up against it, and it's forcing Sweden to come on in. Just going to nudge against it or do something more? I think the nudge, right?
Nudge would be good, Richard. You'd move the stone out from behind that red and sit at an angle would be ideal, but at the same time, they don't want to roll into the open once they connect, so maybe just the perfect freeze being called for here.
Looks a little heavy and wide right now.
Something slightly wider than Jackson's shot.
Starting to curl now though, and the weight's coming off it. Doesn't want to roll off.
Well, if you fancied it, there's a double there.
Yeah, a little mistake.
Bump it back and roll in would be good, Richard.
Missing an inch.
Okay. You see it like 10-5?
Okay. Do you guys like that? Yeah.
Too early for a double on the yellows, huh?
Well, she may play it anyway, but she's to get past the guard, swing a little, and if you could just flop to the right as we look at it, it would be good. She may spill the two yellows back in the rings. Quite tight ice.
Yeah. Does seem a little tight.
Explain the words tight ice.
Well, the stone swing, Richard, you want to give them a chance to swing, but she is playing a firm weight at this. When I say tight ice, I'm saying is she giving her enough room to play the shot?
You want to make sure and hit it at least in the nose, which looks good just now.
Well, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Ping both the yellows.
Yeah.
Not quite putting them on at left out the rings, but nice shot.
Sweden will most likely try a double in the reds now. No, hit and roll in the way is the call.
Is that because the angle's too difficult to get both those reds in? No, it's not really, is it? I wonder why they've come for this then.
No, I might be thinking if they play the double, Scotland are just coming round, Richard, so there is one lying over on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I think the middle, the red that they would be hitting with that come maybe close to the yellow back left once they made contact. Good shot.
So that's what they were after, just the one.
Yeah, Scotland can nose this, maybe even get a little inside roll. That's a nice shot.
About to say they would have liked that yellow stone to have just flipped into the right-hand side a little bit and be just ahead of the red stone there. But it's out in the open.
Talk about it.
The red is partially open in the forefoot on the left-hand side.
Probably chaseable at like a 12-5.
I like that if you think it's
do we want to
chaseable.
be... What are they doing if we roll under?
What?
If we get the under, are they going to have to...
I think they have to run though.
Which is kind of good, I guess. Yeah.
I don't see anything else.
What's our other option?
Other option was probably drawing round, but you're probably sitting a bit open just to make sure.
Guess you've got to go for that yellow there, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so. It's a tough shot, but you got to go for it.
What weight was that?
11, I think.
Yeah, I got 11.
11 they're calling. 11 seconds, the speed between the two hog lines for this next shot.
13 if you like, whatever looks good to you.
Not a lot of room, of course, that guard at the top of your picture there. Got to get around that.
Okay.
So playing about a hack weight. You want to get to at least the nose of the red. Ideally flop a stone to the left. Don't want to be in the high side.
Let's see.
Yep.
Sinclair second.
Whoa. 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 Curl.
Just asking for these sweepers to just hold off for a moment.
Looks good. Cut him behind the guard, even better. That's a very nice shot.
Yeah, lovely shot. Nice weight.
Really good, so.
Isn't it still giving Sweden a chance of a double there?
Yeah, it does, Richard.
They're not going to hold their shooter though if they play the double across the face, like slash it. Which the only option is that.
So Sarah playing this.
Another option, they could come down the left-hand side as we look at it. Try and tap the Scotland stone back.
Well, they're going for the in-turn. Not a lot of room to get around that guard and make this.
It's good.
Just got it.
Jams it though. Freeze the yellow on the right now, possibly.
Yep. Back of the T-line,
There.
right there would be perfect.
Just a word about why that's perfect. I mean, people watching this will say, hang on a minute, that's way out on the wings. What does it matter? Tell us.
We're going to sit 2, Richard. You've got the hammer, the last stone, so you want to keep the centre open so you can get in with your last stone. So I think if you can use the Swedish stone back of the 12 foot as a little pocket.
Yeah, you've got the whole of the house to use, Richard, to your advantage. Kind of like football goals, Richard. You can put the ball in anywhere to get a goal.
Sometimes in the net, but
Sometimes in the net.
Jen, not on her best drawing game, but neither Sarah, so looks a little light. Sophie really working it with the brush.
Got to be there.
Yeah, you can't be short here.
Keep going!
Go, go, go.
Rebecca Morrison as well, lending a hand there. Sophie Sinclair, all energy, well done, but it is a bit short.
I think it's good enough though, Richard. I think it is sitting 2. Scotland.
See better from the overhead.
Okay.
So Sweden, there's an easy one. Where is this going to finish? Centre line?
Oh, we saw Rebecca play a wonderful hit and roll earlier, Richard. She needs something similar here. She could hit and roll behind the centre guard or go all the way over, close to the stones on the left-hand side of play.
Outside chance for double as well.
Outside.
Centre guard, maybe?
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Beautiful shot.
Really nice.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
You will get some finish at the end.
Scotland looking for a couple in this end. They've got 2 Swedish stones in the house there to deal with.
The problem here is they're going to the intern, Richard, because there's such a nice swing to come on to yellow, and you will roll close to your own red if you make this shot. Want to get tight to the guard and hit it on the nose.
Why not go down the other way?
Don't think the swing is as good, possibly.
So it's the intern again. Dots.
So over the guard. He's going to tap the guard into the rings, I think.
Oh dear.
Oh, push it in.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh
Push it
dear.
out the road, rather.
She tried to guard the red, I think, with her shooter in the end. Yeah, it's a tight throw.
So advantage Sweden.
Ja, jag har jättemycket så vi vill bara inte sätta det. Jag kan spela en 10,5 också. 11 känns bra.
And Hasselborg, mother of 2.
Ja, exakt. Vi kan...
They call themselves the curling circus. They travel around with their families a lot of the time. 3 of these players got young children. 3 of these players got understanding husbands.
11,5 Sara.
Supportive husbands, I should say. Of course.
Man, that lovely hit and roll by Sarah's caused all sorts of problems here for the Scots. The Swedes managed to pick this red out. Live 4. Rebecca's a bit of work to do.
Looking to just roll to the back of the 4 foot if possible.
Looks good.
Make that scoring area a little smaller for Scotland. Just like that. Scotland are going to have to make a double takeout.
Try and throw up in front of the yellow, maybe even on the left. Well played. They're not missing much now.
No, once they get their tails up, Sweden, very hard to get their tails down.
Yeah, but there have been 1 or 2 mistakes, haven't there, from the Scottish players? Jennifer Dodd's 2 shots, neither of which really worked.
Double, or you try and hit and roll this to lie second. But if we almost roll too good, they probably just do that.
I think if you hit and roll this die second, it's always going to be...
I think Joe means top one.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, you could do either or, to be honest.
Yeah, you want to take a double off the top yellow here and try and flop if you can behind it, but you need to play a good weight to do that.
And be behind the guard.
Yeah.
If we're like fully buddied, do you think they're just going to do that?
Do you want to call a timeout?
I think it's like...
I think I'm good with this.
Okay.
She's very positive, isn't she? Sophie Jackson.
It is chaseable right now. Or
Now looking at the
you
stone
just have to do this for one.
Yeah.
and roll behind the left-hand guard here, possibly. Over there.
Yeah.
We saw Rebecca play a fabulous
11
roll
hit.
in the sixth end that
2/3.
set up her skip's deuce.
Even a thick half.
So looking to do similar here.
Yeah. I think you can be fully covered and still be shot.
Well, there's an opportunity of going either way, I guess, on this shot. You come down against the opponent, your yellow stone can go either way. They decided to put it out to the left, as we'll see it from the far end. Yeah?
Yeah. So hit and roll 4 feet to the left as we look at it is the preferred option and stay within the 8 foot per second shot.
Got to make sure and stay closer than the yellow you see bottom right of the picture. That's just nibbling the 8 foot. Because if not, Sweden can then probably throw a guard because they know they've got 2 in the rings that are counting.
Yep.
See if she makes this. Crucial shot in this final.
We've got to sweep this hard for line.
Morrison for Scotland.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
needing swept. Keep
Hard, hard,
sweeping.
hard, 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 go, 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 go.
It's a great attempt, but it hasn't gone far enough. It is sitting open for Sweden to hit and lie 4. If they flop in front of the one in the middle, would be a great shot there.
Double, exactly.
Or even just to the edge of the 4 foot, Dave, and
Sure,
leave an
half and
angle
half.
for the double.
Yeah.
Then Rebecca won't be able to play the double takeout because her shooter will roll out and the yellow at the back of the rings will come into play.
Possible coming back, a bundle of energy.
A little unlucky there. She rolls another 6 inches with that. It was rather nice.
Aldrig mini, va? Alltså jag tror att vi kan hålla överallt den och
As it is,
se att det kommer
it's an open target. Last for Sweden before Rebecca here comes back with her final say. 2 down at the moment. See the quality of the play from the Swedish skip. Hasselborg, 95%. And in terms of these particular shots here,
Tight, I think.
94%. And she got this. This is a 100% shot. Look at the angle.
It's okay.
She made it a lot harder than what she needed to. She could have put that anywhere on the left hand side. What a sweep.
It's what Sophie does. Sophie Scharbeck leap in the air as it came past the guard. She was worried it was going to get a touch on the guard, but it didn't. And it's another fine shot from the skip.
Coach just saying you didn't want to be wide there.
Gud, jag ville kyssa Agnes.
Jag kommer göra här.
Bra slut, Agnes.
Yeah, she's on a high.
Jättemycket, så det finns absolut fall.
Hasselborg just lost the very first game in this tournament and then has won 9 on the spin. And now in the final, closing in on another gold medal.
Queen. Yep.
Won it twice, 2018, 2019. Scotland, though, hanging on.
Got a nose hit for a 1. Nice shot.
Well played.
Yeah, well swept.
Under pressure.
Absolutely. Yeah, that could so easily have just drifted off, having made contact with the Swedish stone. So it's 5-4 now, 2 ends to go.
Thanks, Becca.
Sweden in the lead.
We've been putting them under loads of pressure without
Yeah.
so
So, not what we used to.
Out there.
Nice, good.
Left.
Rock is on the move.
I thought it was good.
That lump of granite.
It's good. Like
So
it.
lovingly shaped into that wonderful shape of what, 20 kilograms by Keys in Scotland.
Hard.
Yep, try to go. Right.
Hard.
And finding his way down onto the centre line once again, or is it? Yes, I think it is. Yeah, it's over it. Good shot.
Yeah, that was well swept.
Once more, that, just to point out, is untouchable for 5 shots in this end of play.
Jättefin linje. Ja, lite platt.
That rule introduced fairly recently just to make it more difficult for the next team to play. Those that have the stone right now and the last stone in this end of play, they have the hammer, Sweden. Down into the centre of the service. Is it going too far?
Just okay. It's not buried though, Richard. You can see the line of the guard and,
Yeah.
and where the yellow is. So Scotland could play a little tap back on it,
Where is that?
but maybe electing to play the freeze.
Button. Okay. Like the freeze.
Yeah, freeze is a nice shot. They need to gamble a little bit. They're 1 down and they also don't have the hammer, so they need to. They would have had a little chat between ends. Are they going to go hard for a steal, try and tie things up, and then go for another steal up the 10th, or do you try and force Sweden just to 1 shot and then go for your 3 up the last?
Well, they got a 3 against Sweden in the round robin game that they played.
Line's good. Max line right now.
It can happen.
Wave's good. With the wave, see them.
Line's really good.
Girl. Queen.
Straight.
Yep.
There you go. In fact, I think for somewhere along the way, Sweden gave up a 5. A big end during the course of this week.
Vad säger du? Ja. Vill du jaga det, menar
That
du?
was against Switzerland. The unlikely Swiss team getting a bronze medal. Kari Hurleman, not Tirinzoni, not Pats. New team on the block. The Norwegians are the unlucky ones once again. 4th place for Maria Orovik. And in the bronze medal game now for the big one, the gold.
Perfekt linje.
And the gamble you're talking about, putting one down there as a freeze, because if it doesn't come off the freeze, then it's more open for the opposition. The alternative for Scotland would have been what? Just to take that Yellowstone out altogether, if they hadn't frozen, or do something like go to the wing.
Yeah, so Scotland played a lovely freeze, Sophie Jackson.
But if they hadn't done that,
Yeah, well, if they hadn't made it perfect, then there could have been the opportunity for Sweden to maybe remove the Scotland stone, dependent on where it ended up. But you can see Sweden just coming up slightly short there. That stone can be used, so it's a bit of a control stone for them. Anything high of the rings can be used to drive back. That's why anything deep of the rings sometimes isn't much use.
No, we're not.
We're level with it just now.
Well, we can't be level.
we can't be level. Oh dear. Sounds serious.
Line's good.
We're just higher than it.
Okay. Okay.
So Scotland just thrown the guard, but they've left a double takeout opportunity for Sweden, but looking just to maybe play the safer option, take the one that's covering the stones. If you went for the double, didn't quite make it, then you're not opening it up. So taking the stone that is covering, which is the right call.
Hard now to make the shot.
Yeah, nice shot.
So Scotland seeking 2. Next move. One more into the middle.
A guard, Richard.
Okay, so you want this 3/4
So-
tight?
Scotland going to try and get some guards out. They've got a pretty safe red rock in the rings, so just trying to waste a few stones, throw a few guards. Sweden are going to peel it, open it up.
Line's good.
Again, no thought about trying to
We've been
draw the play out to the wings at all.
Hard line.
Sweden will if they get the opportunity, that's for sure.
That's good. Hard
Sweden
line.
don't want a guddle round the centre, but that's what Scotland want to happen, is a guddle round the centre. So that's why we see Scotland throwing them up the middle.
At some point, Richard, Scotland are going to drive yellow onto yellow, try and spill the 2 yellows away and leave the red lying in the middle of the rings. So, but at the moment, just trying to make the end last longer.
Nej, det är de som behöver röra sig. Det är inte vi ska skjuta.
She's got them thinking with this guard, though, very close to the rings.
Alltså den här.
Well, right now, Sweden do have a draw for 2, don't they? If this was the situation at the end of the end, so why not just keep peeling the guards? It's Scotland that are going to have to make a play in the rings at some point.
Ja, jag var också bara behövde vi.
Talked about driving red onto red here, possibly worried if she goes across the top of the red,
Skulle kunna klippa
comes
baren.
back onto yellow and
Gillar ni? Ja, vad gör de då?
helps Scotland in a way.
De kommer gadda hela vägen tills vi får runda. Ja. Ja.
What about the thought of bringing one in deep below the tee line somewhere?
No, I think just clear the middle. Sweden have the hammer, so they want to keep the middle open.
Is she trying to drive it on this time? Aye, she's taking, you think she was.
Ja.
Even if she wasn't, I think she might.
Right on yellow.
I think she's just trying to single peel.
Well
Yeah.
played. Nice shot.
Sara, du ska ju prata lite med Krille. Om de ska fortsätta klippa centern bara, de ska gå på dubbeln.
Really nice.
So a guard again on the centre line. down. As I've said, they'll have to move those stones at some point, but just trying to protect the situation at the moment.
Really? Big wires tight. Line's good. You can go if you need to. Go low room right now.
It's got a lot of curling to do to come in.
Low room.
And she comes as it slows down.
Hard curl. Halfway.
Enough.
Hard.
You're just trying to curl it over to
Keep going, keep going.
guard the stones in the rings.
Well done.
Okay.
Doubling the guards maybe this
Easier
time.
double rip this time. Hit the one in the centre, go over.
Ja.
Hit the top end of the other one and spring everything.
Är det tredje del? Ja.
Yeah.
Ta lite mindre.
One of those inviting shots for the shooter.
Yes. Big target.
Here we go. Full tilt, McManus.
Den är nära, låt den jobba.
A little wide, possibly.
Ja! Ja! Gör det!
There you go, too.
Nice shot.
Tidies things up nicely. Opens up both hands as the end progresses.
So Scotland have got to make a decision. Do they now make a play in the rings, which I think is probably the right play.
And the guys.
11?
Okay.
11? I like it. How much gap is there? Half a brush? Okay.
This will curl a little at the end.
So this next shot from Scotland can't be down at a reasonable pace. Try and move that to Swedish stone. Where will their own rock finish up, I wonder? It's not a really heavy shot.
Just trying to roll to the left as she hit, please, says Richard.
Clean.
Roll 3 or 4 feet.
Whoa.
Up 2/3 of this stone, hopefully.
Clean. Whoa.
You just roll to
Yeah.
the wing at the left.
Is it too thin? Oh, it's not bad, is it?
Hard, 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 hard.
We'll see Scotland Sweden just knows that. Because Scotland that are going to have to make a play in the middle to lie shot. And chances are they'll probably leave
Sedan 11 inifrån.
a double take out for Sweden because they're clumped together right now.
Jag gillar chapp.
Ja.
Head in the nose.
Spela 10, 10.
As you see, leave Scotland to do the hard work.
Det är
Both the
bara
ones in the middle, and they may well leave a double at some point.
Nära. Wow. Nej.
Cut.
Järnet kan. Järnet kan.
Då har han ett.
She's going to be close to coming into the pack.
Yeah, she's going to go over and possibly move the red, is she? A little nudge. Yeah, freezes it.
Those yellows are out there now anyway. Hit that just high of the nose. I think you might spring both yellows and leave both your reds in the rings.
Try and roll
Roll to the wing,
This is always
right hand side.
going far.
Yeah.
I think the important thing is making sure we keep our sugar.
Agreed, yeah.
But I still like throwing
I still like from peel.
so that this is
Yeah,
and this
can
goes as
get,
well.
can get the roll.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
So you're trying to hit like 7/8 stick.
First things first, like what Jen said, you need to keep your shooter in the rings. Because if you have 2 reds in the rings at the end, Sweden are then just forced to one shot.
Yeah.
Jen's 11 just ran nice.
They don't want to give Sweden the chance to blank.
Sweden in the lead, as you see, 5-4, 9th end, only 1 end after this.
Are you taking intern?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So they'd, rather that Swedes didn't blank this 9th and go into the 10th with a lead. That would almost be curtains in its own right, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. And shots there. 7/8, 3/4 on the far side.
Yeah.
Rebecca Morrison here then. Born in Bristol, made in Aberdeen, now living in Stirling. 29 years of age and looking for her first European title.
No. Curl. Hard curl.
This is going to struggle to stay in the rings.
She's not even getting another yellow, I don't think.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay, Becca.
Poor shot.
Yeah, Sweden will be happy just to remove the red
Hey, Becca.
bonus sitting around in the wing.
Yeah, she doesn't like it. Neither did we, Rebecca.
No, that could be the shot that loses them.
Yeah, a couple of slack ones. Richard, that in the draw a few ends ago, she lost a 2. Or the could be the turning points in this game. We'll see in a moment.
Det känns som antingen eller.
Jag tror det är slaget samma.
Alltså spelar vi på den så här är det ju 0
Tänker du clearing eller kick?
So they're going to move this Stern, obviously, the Scottish Stern, and there you can see. Right, looks like they might be going for the blank, does it?
Yeah, they are, Richard, at that ice. Hit red on yellow, spill them both. Scotland will hit, and then they'll try and blank the end.
They could try and sit around in the wing on the left-hand side. Play normal.
Maybe one of Scotland freeze in the middle, maybe, possibly, with their last. Anyway, this is their decision.
That seems perfectly understandable, doesn't it? You know, you go to the last with that one-shot lead, and they can play very cautiously there. It would be a major mistake from the Swedes to allow Scotland to win the game. If this attempt at getting a blank works, Scotland still one more shot to play, of course.
Nice controlled delivery. Will it hang on?
Will Scotland play the freeze?
Well.
Yeah, thought they might. They're thinking about it. It's the only way they can force Sweden to win now at this stage in the end is by playing the freeze. I don't really fancy their chances up the last one down without the hammer. I think they've got a better chance if they can force the one, get a 2, even bonus, get a 3.
So was Sweden trying to get a 2 with that shot, or was it just slight misdirection, you think?
Either or, Richard. I think she did. The ice she took, you thought she was trying to play the double. She was just wide away. It was a controlled weight too, compared to Rebecca, who threw very heavy weight with her shot.
I think it's still like that same kind of weight it has been. Yeah, it should feel the same as the last time you
Last one.
Line's good.
Scotland hanging on here.
Wait only. Wait's close.
Can she make it difficult now for Team Sweden? Get this one right up against the Yellowstone down there.
Line's perfect. Yeah.
Good over
Caroline, I think.
Yeah.
Is it trying to knock this Yellowstone out of play? Wants to come up right against it and stick, but it's a little bit short.
It is short.
Draw for 2. Full forfeit.
I don't expect Hasselborg to miss this one. Playing awfully well, 96% today. Her draw is still rated at 100%. This is a little bit more than a draw.
She hasn't had many draws this game, I don't think. She's had the majority of takeouts.
Jag har tagit is utanför det där.
Just 2 draws.
Yeah.
Ja.
True.
Den där 2015, någonting sånt. Ja, okej. Hitta 10-line. Sätter vi dit henne. Ja.
Yeah, she did taken another hit, a takeout, given the choice, I guess. Hasn't missed a thing. With his softer shot.
Fin linje. Bra lite tight.
Bra linje. Helt er.
Kommer in nu.
This will cut a lot, so just watching it come close to the Scottish stone. If she's got the right weight, it will hold its line.
Over the hog line, into play, and now into the house where you can score. But you've got to get more than your opponent to score. She's got 1 in, has she got 2?
It is good.
Yes, well swept. 2 to Sweden, and they've got a handy lead then into the final end of play for the gold medal. Yeah. Last shot of Rebecca Morrison, not quite enough to force the Swedes to take 1. Yeah, all smiles on the faces then of these former champions here. Big job for Scotland. 3 to make in 1 end of play. They will have the last turn, of course. Well, it's been a hard-fought final. Few mistakes around, but not much of a gap between them. In fact, we were at the halfway point saying Scotland overall looks like they're the better team, although the scoreline didn't favour them. Sweden were 3-1 up then. But here in the second half, you often see it with the teams that are regularly at the top of the game. I mean, this Swedish team have been in the top 5 for years, a decade almost. And yeah, it's the way they just hold it together and put the squeeze on the opposition.
Yeah, Hasselborg's 18% above Morrison at the moment, Richard. That's a lot of shots being made that Scotland aren't making.
So, final end, first shot in Sweden. And they're not going to give the Scots much to play with, I suggest here. We're going to see them throw away one or two completely. I bet we are.
Possibly the next one, Richard. We'll see what happens with the Scottish stone if it hits the... They need to throw corners here. Guard on the left-hand side, possibly, or the right, whichever way they choose.
Well, whatever happens here, it's going to be the best success this team have had here, this Scottish team, in the Europeans' bronze last year.
It's got to get over the hog line, Richard.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh,
just, is it?
Terrible shot.
No. Yep. If you don't get it over that blue line, then the stone is removed from play. She's played really well all through this final until that moment.
So the Swedes will most likely just throw this one through, I would suspect.
Oh, yeah.
Watching it, maybe playing a drop.
No, I bet you... Well, maybe. Oh, I'm surprised.
She could have thrown this one through.
Yeah. Then you just... A simple run in.
Maybe they're just good sports.
Every Swedish stone's a Scotland friend right now, I would say. But it's in a good position.
Just trying to make it interesting, Richard. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. All right, Sophie, come on. Bit more gas.
She's played well this game as well. Really well.
Yeah, just took her foot off the pedal, as it were, for that last shot. And so her stone was removed, as it is, if it doesn't reach this area here, beyond the blue line, the free guard zone for the first 5 shots.
Who's your favourite shot now, Richard?
It's the Vaughan Express.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. There's got to be somewhere, some way of having a rule that doesn't allow that.
Yeah. I like it. Okay.
Guard on the right now, I think. Possibly. Out in front of the rings.
And then what?
And then mix it up, Richard, and hope for some mistakes. No, they're putting a double guard on the left.
Line's good. Someone's here, line. Line's good. Yeah.
So still not looking to get into the rings, although they've got a 3-shot deficit here.
Hard.
Trying to get this over in line with the other red.
Keep it moving.
It's got to get over
Wow,
that.
not another one. I don't believe it.
She had a strange release in that one, Eve, when you watched it. I'm not sure what she was doing, but
Goodness me.
whether she held it back and fiddled with it. Disaster.
Is this sort of resignation? Huh? Scotland saying we can't do it?
Yeah, they've kind of given up a little, I would say.
Wait a minute.
Sweden now just have to make these simple peels.
Swedish rocket launcher, Agnes, peels it off.
Scotland maybe need to come in behind the 2 yellows, back of the 12 foot,
Yep.
come right round. Sweden then try and smash open the centre, get rid of the yellows and hope that there's a mistake, hope they maybe jam.
Well, they haven't had much luck throwing it out to the wing.
This is when Sweden shouldn't have put both these stones in the rings, Eve. It's cover for Scotland. They should only have one there at the moment. Scotland draws round it, you just drive it back. But they may have to do that anyway. Try.
I guess Sweden weren't really expecting Scotland to hog.
True.
Yeah.
I think further back the better.
I mean, if you're Swedish, if the Scots come down to the bottom of the surface you were talking about, surely the Swedes just blast their 2 yellow stones in the house, right? Just keep it open.
Yeah, here comes Greg Drummond, head coach.
One more guard then round, I think.
One more guard. Well,
Short and sharp, there you go.
that's one more
Straight to the
shot.
point.
One more shot that is not going to be a scoring shot. It's going to be put out in the what was the free guard zone. It's not called that anymore, but it's not going to be a scorer potentially. And they need 3 just to take it to an extra end. So hoping against hope then. Sinclair putting one short of the hog line. Stone removed from play. You've seen Jackson do it just before. I can't believe it.
Line's good. 3/4. Line's good. Halfway. Halfway. Start to curl. Line's good. Halfway, 3/4.
So here we go. This one is definitely going across the line and into play.
Halfway.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And hoping to put it, they see, halfway between that hog line and the circles there. It's gone a little bit further than Sophie Jackson was talking about, but it's all, I don't know how important it all is at the moment. It's going to be easy pickings once again. Unless the Swedes make a massive mistake. They're as good as gold. McManus.
That's enough.
Ja, exakt.
Now the draw round we talked about, behind those yellows.
Yeah, so it needs to feel about 8 feet on.
Yeah.
6 to 8.
Yeah.
There's the Curly's language being talked. 6 to 8. 6 to 8 feet. What?
Yeah, so just
Line's good.
looking at 6 to
Line's good.
8 feet of running on from her last one that she did play. So looking for this back of the rings, Richard. So you want to take it as far back as possible. Try and get as much distance from the red stone to the yellow stone as possible.
So that would be in what they call the 12th of the blue circle. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So keep going right back as far as you can.
Good, Jen.
Now I think we'll see Sweden fire. Hit the right hand side of the top yellow onto the left hand side of the second yellow, and that should drive. Take the red and almost just clear the rings.
Yeah, just ask our teammates what they want to do. Do they want to fire the red out or do exactly what you're saying? You yellow onto yellow?
Yeah, I think so. Even if you put this over the top of the yellow, you're then opening up the red for the next shot. So don't be tight on this one if you're Sweden. Make sure you're at least on the high side to open things up.
Sarah McManus, the young lady from Gävle, up the coast in Sweden, and that, well, just the one.
Red is wide open now though, Richard.
Yeah, you got to.
So like freezing that. Yeah. Just on the angle. Yeah.
I think you've got to be dead on the nose, because if you're on this like angle, then Sweden then can remove it from the left hand side.
Which wasn't out of hand. I think
I mean,
Pick it off,
yeah, and then send over really. Maybe just an inch on the angle, if anything, not too much though.
Yeah, the perfect freeze, one of the hardest shots.
Also trying to give more protection to the redstone at the back, I guess, but
Tons of line.
Tons of line.
Wait only.
desperate times,
Hard then.
even if they make this freeze.
Hard. Line's
With the
good.
light working it to try and get it back there.
Hard.
Rebecca Morrison doing a lot of work as well. She's got a clear shot in a moment or two. That's a good effort.
Good, Jen.
Okay, that's good, Jen.
Not a bad attempt. Both these stones will most likely disappear now, the red and the yellow.
That's what the call was, so
Doesn't want to hit this in the nose, it would leave the red guarded at the back and a chance of Scotland to draw around, so roll anywhere here really.
You should have done with just curling a little bit more there. You need to put it in a position that the red couldn't be easily removed from the rings.
but the call was this, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe just curl a little bit more, Richard. You almost want it to be on 3/4 to 7/8 of the Swedish stone.
Right. That's detail for you, as opposed to what, 6/8
Yep, absolutely.
and 5/8.
Yep. You got to gamble a little bit, don't you? You
Sure,
hog
yeah.
2 guards, 2 zeros and an end. It's going to be very hard to get a 3 when you have a couple of zeros.
House aboard, full power.
Full tilt.
Yep. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, both these going then.
Yeah,
The
well,
red
as well,
stone
so-
of Scotland goes out and hits the barriers. And now look at it. 4 stones left. Scotland have to make the one that's there and their last 2 shots count.
Yeah,
Chances of that?
Yeah, they've got to hope for a fresh air from Anna, which is very, very unlikely.
I think the chances are down to about 100 to 1, huh?
Things happen, Richard. You get pickups.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. You never like to see them, but
We saw Sophie Sinclair falling off the hack the other day as well.
Yeah, the Sinclair wobble. Nice and steady off the hack for Rebecca Morrison.
Top forward. You can go then. Top forward. Back 4 if you can.
Okay, that's the red circle, the one that she's aiming for there, and she's talking about the back 4, so that's a little bit deeper than that they were looking for. It's gone a little bit wider, but it's a bit academic.
make it go away.
This could be the final shot. This could be the shot that gets them the gold medal once again. It's been a while. 6 years, as a matter of fact, since their last one. And another one to add to the tally that Swedish teams have won throughout this last half century. 50 years of European curling being celebrated this year. Sweden have won a whole host of the championships. So down the far end, here she goes. Really hasn't missed a thing. 96% for her takeouts and terrific shot coming down the ice. And it's all over. There you go. Sweden win it. Sweden are the gold medalists once more. They've been the best team throughout the week. That's no doubt about it. They lost their very first game, but since then, that's 10. 10 back-to-back. Fully deserved to get the medal. Scotland, well, they had a really strange week. And I guess you'd have to say they were kind of lucky to get up to the silver medal position. I think they'll be pretty happy with that in the end. Although I guess nobody's that happy if you lose the final match. Sophie Jackson, the skipper of this Scottish team. 7-5 the final score. And a really dominant display once again. Hasselborg, I think, right back at the top of her game, having in a couple of years ago when the families were really young, and I think probably took their eye off the ball, as it were, didn't play quite as much, didn't perform quite as well, but they are right back at it. European champions. They are, of course, an Olympic champion team from 2018, and they'll be looking forward now to Cortina d'Ampezzo in February. So Agnes Knockenhauer, great success, and how amazing the way they've stuck at their game. They are so successful partly because they're really good friends, even though they now live continents apart. Sophie Scharback, of course, from Saskatoon nowadays. She's helped by the fact that, you know, the Swedes get across to Canada and play a good deal of their curling in the big championship matches over there. But it's been pretty tough to get themselves all together. While the Scottish team, all based at pretty near Stirling. I think Sophie Sinclair moves up from Edinburgh to join them. But yeah, this is a team that plays together a lot and trains together a lot. They're full-time curlers. Okay, they haven't won the gold here, but they'll go to the Olympics, I think, with a fair amount of hope of doing something special. They may not get the gold, but who knows, they could have been an Olympic streamed for you if you can't watch it live. Isn't that a picture? The coach on the left joining in the fun. Hildine, the alternate, of course, sharing in the glory. She'll get a gold medal as well. Terrific performance from Anna Hasselborg. Really, really right at the top of her game. She's one of those players who gets out there and trains a lot, takes the kids to the gym, I think, very often with Agnes Knockenhauer. Really, really fervent athlete. very fit, very focused, pretty serious when it comes to playing out there on the ice, but a good mate of all the others. They get on so well, and they're going to have quite a party tonight.
Yeah, it was a very dominant performance from Sweden from start to finish.